Assalamu alaikum. How are you girls? I think all you will be fine. Here I am, your teacher, Ms. Rubab Tanveer. Our today's topic is cave painting. As it is already told that people of the Upper Paleolithic age were fond of arts, they used to paint the walls of different caves. So today we will discuss in detail the famous cave paintings and the caves they have found. First we will start from the introduction of the cave painting. The art of Paleolithic age is the art roaming hunter culture during the Upper Paleolithic Magdalenian phase. The most important Paleolithic paintings are found in the caves of southern France and northern Spain. Here is the map of the southern France, and I just want to mention some important caves of the cave painting. Here comes first the Lesqueux, then comes the Cognac, Pec Merelle, Trois Ferrere, Gargas and Neaux. These are the most famous caves among all the cave paintings or the other caves. Cave art is also known as rock art, and it is also called the parietal art because the people of that era sheltered in the caves, so in those rocks, so that's why it is also considered as rock art. So it is evidence says 40,000 BCE, and at that time no doubt that prehistorical man doesn't know anything. They have no language, they have no way of communication, but still they were called the modern man at the same time, because how they have invented the different materials to convey their language or to convey their message to the other people, how they have started learning of creating different types of material, just like they have invented brushes from the reeds and from different animals' hairs, and how they have started having the pigmentations or different pigments from the natural resources, just like from the mud and as well. So that's why we also considered that time as a creative explosion. Paleolithic paintings have very wide topics according to their way of living and according to the need of that era. In cave painting, usually they have used these type of themes: abstract symbols, figures paintings and animals, and painted hands. Subject matter: hunting, communication, magic. People of that era used to hunt animals, so first they make the figure of that animals on the walls, as they believe on the black magic. So they also believe that if they first draw the figure of the animal on the wall and then hunt it, then will get its power. As you know that at that time there was no language used for communication, so people of that era used to communicate with them by making symbols of different things on the walls of the caves. Sometimes animals are given the most important position in the painting, like some paintings show animals are pierced with arrows and spears. Others show human figures standing next to animals that have been killed, and there can be no doubt that the art was aimed at gaining magical control over killing and reproduction of wild animals. Sometimes artists point the injuries by the colored patches. If In many caves, arrows, harpoons, and trap-like signs are painted or engraved above or near the animals. Human figures. Human figures used as symbols, geometrical signs, and then it can also be used as a primitive writing, then magical significance. The natural pictures of animals are often accompanied by the geometrical signs or the symbols. Some scientists think it might be a primitive form of writing in these representatives, but more likely they also had some kind of magical significance. Material and technique for cave painting. Yes, first of all, they have learned the color formation. For this, they have used the natural resources. By mud and hematite, they produce red, yellow, and brown color. By manganese, they create black, deep brown, and purple color. With thin and long bone, they have created the illusions of stenciling and printing. Just like that, they will use a thin and long bone and fill it with the color and then blow it on the surface of the wall just like a straw. And by the throw of color, they have developed so many handprints and many printing techniques. Then number 4 is use of soft mud and chunks as chalk. Yes, soft mud and the chunks of mud was also used for their drawing, because this was the raw material available at that time there, and they have used all these things. Then number 5, deep and permanent black color formation used with the animal fats. First of all, they have to burn the fats of the animals, dead animals, and then mix it with the different pigments to create the black colors. Shoulder bone as a palette. Girls, the shoulder bone of the animals, just like the huge animals, shoulder bones usually in the flat form. So that's why they have used that flat bone as a palette. And you know that a flat surface is always being appropriate mixing colors. Techniques of caves. Yes, techniques of caves of painting includes carving and engraving, meanderings, doodling, stenciling, and then silhouette painting. Engraving. It was first technique of drawing pictures, engraved pictures on bones made on cave wall surface. Yes, carving and engraving usually done on the soft mud or the soft surface, so it will be easily to handle the carving. Whenever we have to carve, we must have to give the images prominent on the surface in the embossed form or in the inlay form. Embossed mean उभरा हुआ and inlay mean अंदर को धंसा हुआ. So this term carving and engraving is used for the inlay work and for the embossed work as well. Here are two images. In first image you can see it is the henna. It's an animal carved on the bone, and the other one is also carved on the bone, and it is the spearer head. Two bisons were made, fighting bisons. Meanderings. Meanderings. It was the Magdalenian height achievement cave painting. Men applied parallel lines, lined pictures called meanderings, and these type of meandering parallel lines, as it is obvious in the above painting, that how they have created the lines, these parallel lines will convert into a prominent picture, and this technique is called meandering, and this is found from Gargas and Lepelita cave. Stenciling. Number one, the technique of this painting is rain, wet and moisturized mud applied on walls by hands. Number two, put different colors around using straw, hollow bones, as I have ever told you. Number three, known as stenciling. Yes, first of all we have to put the our hand on the surface, and then have to blow the colors around the hand, and when we will off the hand on the from the surface, you can see a full hand image or handprint on the doodling. Soft layer of mud in caves create different irregular finger lines colored afterwards, known as doodling. Sometimes randomly they have appeared in the cave painting. They have used parallel lines, then they color, and it create a beautiful silhouette. Number one, light colored background, pictures without detail, thick and bold colors, known as silhouette painting. Yes, in this technique, background is used in light colors and the pictures were made in the dark colors. It means the paintings without any realistic detail. Here are some famous caves. Number one, Altamira. Number two, Lascaux. Number three, Trois Ferreri. Number four, Font de Gaume. 5, Nuax. 6, Pacmerle, and the last but not the least is the Castillo. Altamira. Altamira, situated in Spain, found in 1879. Carved and flint stones were found. Artistic sculptures found with calcareous chemical due to lack of air, water and sunlight. Ibex sculptures found under calcareous chemical. Bison sculpture found, and silhouette painting found. This is the two major images of Altamira cave. You can see over here. This one is the two bisons made in the relief form on the surface of the cave, and this is the rocky area and the embossed form of the cave that were used purposely for presenting these bisons and their bulging bodies. And these same bisons were made in the painting form. In this image of painting, it is quite obviously shown that how systematically they have used the surface of the cave and the roundness of the surface for the images of these animals. These ceiling walls of the caves are adorned with realistic painting of different animals. In some paintings, along with animals drawings, here are human figures wearing animal skin as well. The colors chiefly used in the images are black and red. As you know, the black color is usually they use for the outline, and these paintings just in the outline, and here are some white color also used. Maybe it will be used for the correction. Then comes the Lascaux. Lascaux, found in France and Dordogne, found in 1941. Animal painting found. And this painting, this cave is specially divided into three parts. One is on the entrance part. Yes, the entrance part painting walls. Then second drawing room place drawings. Yes, the second part is called drawing room, where majority of the paintings were placed. And third one is called the Hall of Bulls. The speciality of the Hall of Bulls is that there were 6 realistic bulls sculptures found, and these sculptures were around 15 feet high and in black outline. A sculpture of unicorn was also found, a painting of a Chinese horse, and well seen found over there. Here is another painting of Lascaux ball that it is in a very dramatic form. We can see different kinds of animals, the bison, the animals of and horses, bulls. These type of figures are painted very realistically, but their arrangements on cave walls suggest no illusion of space or any perspective effect, and they seem to float on the surface of the wall. Yes, you can see. And the hunter artist made frequent and skillful use of naturally irregular surface of the wall, utilizing projections, recessions, and ridges to help giving illusions of real presence of their forms. An outward swelling of the wall could be used within the outline of the bison to suggest the bulging volume of the beast's body. Yes, you can see. Here is another painting, and again we can see the bulls and the bisons, and some arrows are also here. Here comes the Trois Ferrères. Trois Ferrères is situated in France, and today I am going to discuss one of its most famous painting of a magician named Sorcerer. Sorcerer covered his face with the mask of an animal with horns on head, wolf body, and a tail behind. The magician changed himself and changed his appearance behind this animal skin, so no one can know about him, so he can do his magic easily. Then comes the Font de Combe. Font de Combe situated in France, and mostly there were made the reindeer pictures. Paintings shows prehistoric art. Mammoth picture presents over here. Picture similarities to Altamira. That is quite obvious, as you are seeing in this painting, that these bisons just resemble to the Altamira caves bisons. Moving 70 meters inside, and inside after that there were pictures present in the hall, and it is a very big cave. Here contour is broken and it's ended at points as it is to suggest the mass of the figures. The next one is Niox. Moving from 370 meter inside, we can see the pictures present in a big hall, and usually it was made ibex under calcareous chemical found. The floor of the cave is engraved. Bison and ibex found usually, yes, just like in the other caves as well. Arrow made on hunted animals. I think this is the tradition of the cave painting, that they must have shown the arrows with animals. Here comes the Pack Marolles. Pack Marolles, found in France. Spotted horses and figures were found. Figures made between 10,000 to 15,000 BC. Long horse's neck. Yes, really, we can see in this painting that long horses' necks were found as compared to the previous cave paintings. And the speciality of this cave, that the small faces were made of the horses in this painting. Stenciling done near houses. We can see several handprints in stencil technique. We can see around the horses, and the black outline of the horses, and carved caves walls. Yes, the caves of this Pack Marolles were also carved. in the beautifully manner. Here comes the Castillo. Castillo cave situated in Spain. This is similar to Altamira cave. Engraving was also found over here. Small sculptures were found, but these sculptures were not useful sculptures than Upper Paleolithic age. In the end, I just want to say that the Hunter artist beautifully made frequent and skillful use of the naturally irregular shapes of walls by utilizing projections, recessions, ridges to give the illusions of real presence of their forms. Their paintings are now generally regarded as the most outstanding work of all prehistoric art. Thank you.